Buenos días, Taurus. ¿Qué pasó? What is up? Eclipse Dawn here with another tarot reading. And I'm doing Taurus. Thank you so much for watching these videos. It's so awesome. If you have subscribed, you are now officially a beautiful star. You already were. Thank you so much. I see you. I feel you. And I appreciate you. These videos are from my heart. They're free. So this time that I spend is a gift to anyone that is listening and finds benefit in it. I don't expect anything back. But if you do want to donate, there is options below. I use Cash App or PayPal for that. I also do personal readings, so what we would do is you email me, eclipsedawn919@gmail, and then I get your birthday information. I don't give it away. It's totally safe. I enter it into a website called Astro Cafe, and I get all of your birth chart information I can get. And then you ask me either a particular question or say kind of what you're wanting the reading for. And we go from there. If you want a short reading, I can do $10 readings. And it goes up from there. Longer ones, like the length of this video, is going to be $30. And also, if you want a live reading over the phone or video chat, it costs a little bit more because you just never know how long they go. They usually go well over an hour, just because it's just so much fun. So, Taurus, that's enough about that. I'm Eclipse on. Right now, there is a solar eclipse going on in Cancer. And Taurus, you're actually not the next person in order of the readings I've been doing, but for some reason I really want to do a Taurus reading. Spirit's asked me to do it, so I'm going to do it. I've been shuffling. If you want to see more shuffling, let me know, because I edit that out just for time's sake, but some people like it, so let me know. You can always do shuffling videos. Sometimes I get messages that come out during that time. So Taurus, we are talking about you, my friend. We are talking about you. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. How's it going? I feel like this is an interesting time for all of the earth signs. It's an interesting time for everyone, okay? Earth energy is definitely being challenged with the South Node in Capricorn, Saturn down there in Capricorn as well, Pluto as well, moving in retrograde. Yeah, it's not easy Earth energy right now. Everything that we have invested in as far as the construct of things is changing. And if you're an awoken person, it can be a lot, because what we're witnessing is the revolution of the mind, and it is happening on a global level and a personal level all at the same time. So that's kind of a lot to be aware of. What happens in our daily life because of this? Well, all sorts of things. All sorts of things, Taurus. So, let's start with your reading. Where you are headed, King of Pentacles. Well, this is a definite, this is you. This is the Taurus card. As you can see, there's some little bull heads on his crown because he is the King Taurus. Sometimes I say he's a Capricorn, but honestly, he's more of a Taurus. I see the Queen of Pentacles as more of a Capricorn for some reason, but the King of Pentacles, the Taurus energy at its best, able to really use your resources, able to really appreciate what you have, saving up, um, getting your finances legitly like on point, beyond just like okay, but like starting to match up with the expectations you have of this life. Which, Taurus, I know you got, big dreams, big aspirations. You're just not uh, one to talk about it so much because you don't want to jinx it, and you don't want to bring in other people's energy into your dreams when they're just in fruition form. And also, you're not one to be flagrant with your fantasies. It's all about realism with you, Taurus, and you're not going to fool yourself, especially. It's important to you. The last thing you want is to be made a fool of. So I see your goals as really just embodying your own strengths, the powers within you that you know you already have. I see you wanting to feel a good, strong sense of stability here with your home, your finances, and possibly family. Maybe you're ready to start a family, or you're ready to have another child, or you're thinking about being ready, okay? What's blocking you? The Page of Cups reversed. Yeah. Um, yeah, this is energy that is awkward, to say the least. Someone, if it's a person, Taurus, it could be not a romantic partner, doesn't have to be, could be, but someone, waterish, is pretty immature with their abilities to cope with emotion. They could be acting a fool a little bit, dragging you into stuff that you're not really interested in being a part of. Or it could be that they're just lacking in communication and they acted or is acting very immature, shut down emotionally, communicatively, or, what they do communicate seems a little fishy. Okay? Like, not to say they're lying, but like, not hitting the mark, okay? Maybe it's because they're supposed to come with an apology in your mind and they haven't. And everything they say is like, yeah, that's good, but you didn't address the actual issue, so everything you're saying is kind of bullshit. There's that feeling. It also could just be that you're not ready to start something off right now. Like it's a feeling of not being emotionally present enough to really balance out a situation. And knowing that is kind of blocking you from being fully empowered. Let's look into it a little more. Where have you been? Seven of Swords. So, some dishonesty, Taurus. You might have been doing some stuff that nobody else knows about. You might have been keeping something under wraps because you just feel like it would cause more conflict if it was out in the open right now. But it definitely caught you looking over your shoulder a little bit, Taurus, and that's not the life you like to live. I think this lack of communication has something to do with this, where you've been like, because the apology hasn't happened, because the communication isn't happening, it's keeping you from fully being empowered into your own power the way that you want to be as the King of Pentacles. Maybe it's just because it's waking you up at night or in the morning with these like guilty feelings, or anger towards someone who should feel guilty that doesn't, or just that it's bothering you that you're not able to really come clean with this situation, or you didn't have the opportunity to. Maybe someone didn't accept what you were saying, but definitely in your mind you were coming from a place of being split because you were keeping a certain truth away from another truth, okay? We'll put it that way. Excuse me. I'm just drinking my coffee over here, waking up. I have to tell you, this whole eclipse has been rough for me. I had a great July or June, end of June, and got a lot accomplished. whew, a lot of fun, a lot of young energy for me, young kids and stuff. Great time, summertime. But I got so exhausted from it, of course, because I always give 120% when I do something. I just want to go full force. And I did, and got myself all worn out. And then when this eclipse came, it just knocked me down. Like, whew, I had to nap, and like for a while I like had no appetite, and then all of a sudden I had to eat, and I like ate a lot of food. And then I slept, and I'm starting to feel better now. I thought I was like sick for reals, and I kind of did. I was like, well, my stomach's messed up and stuff. Taurus. Yeah, it was like my stomach was like, what the heck's going on? And I felt kind of upside down. But then all of a sudden, like, it was time to feel better and like nourish myself, and like drank a whole bunch of water and kombucha, and you know, had a bunch of, I ate like a ton of berries, like so many berries. It was out of control. But it was what my body needed. Like, it needed energy from like living plants, like live food. Like, my desire for meat was gone, my desire for grains, you know, and I pretty much eat whatever I feel like eating. I'm not really strict on anything, which, you know, may or may not be the best way to live, but it's kind of the way I am. But I definitely wasn't wanting anything that was dead. I was just like wanting to eat a whole barrel of blueberries. So whatever that means to you, I don't know how you've been feeling, Taurus. Maybe this has been energizing for you, but it could also be, like I said, just kind of a lot with the moon crossing in front of the sun, and just it all happening in the North Node Cancer area. It's a lot, and it definitely could make you want to just be at home, and that's okay too. Let's move forward. All right, so your goal is real good career, love, life, finance. Yeah. Strong sense. But like the love life comes later. Like, you're more focused on getting that coin and getting yourself situated, okay, for more stuff to come through. But there is a hold up. Okay, Taurus. Sorry about that. My daughter called, checking in. Anyway, enough about me. Oh, Taurus. It could be that you were dealing with stuff that just you couldn't tell the rest of the world about, but now you feel like you're kind of misunderstood. Okay, so the way you are being perceived is justice. How you're feeling inside, Four of Swords reversed. A tool or message from Spirit. Ten of Swords reversed. Taurus, you want to be at a point where you have so much that you have extra to offer. The car, the house, all the stuff. Now, it looks like because of past events, choices you've made, you've been through some losses. It was a lot of like company you kept, and just not being fully forthcoming. And inside, it's caused you to be rather restless. You're still stressed on something, Maybe it's a piece of information that if it came out, it would change the scenario quite a bit. Something that you're kind of wanting to leave behind, but you're looking over your shoulder like, dang, is that going to catch me later? Yeah, Taurus. But what I see is that the way you're being perceived and Spirit wants you to know is you're good. So whatever it was probably won't come out. You know, they say always the truth is always revealed. No, it's not. The truth is not always revealed. That's silly. They always say, oh, what goes around comes around. Yes. But in this life, or next life, or 10 lives from now, or what you're dealing with maybe was the coming around. Maybe it wasn't the going around, it was the coming around, so it's done. I don't know. But Taurus, we don't know all these things. That's why we have this understanding that there are bigger forces in our lives that are affecting us. And why a lot of people pray. Because what else are you going to do? I don't see you praying though, Taurus. I see you wondering how long this is going to take. You want to get up and go. You want to get to your King of Pentacles there. But Taurus, Spirit is saying there is an ending that has to happen. I think that what they're saying is you're actually more in the right than you know. That a lot of the judgment going on is in your head. The Spirit isn't judging you in the way that maybe you've been conditioned to believe is right or wrong. That Spirit's giving you a new perspective on that. A new way of judging yourself. Because what Spirit's saying is, no, you're good. Something that you have been dealing with feels like unrest because of the perception you have of it. And that most of that pain is really self-inflicted. That your unrest is about something that, well, you already chose it. You already did it, and it's done. If you do need to apologize, then apologize, be humble, be humble, Taurus. But maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just coming to terms with your own emotions. Because, Taurus, sometimes you plow right through, bud. One of my best friends is a Taurus, and I call her gung-ho. Because she's just gung-ho with everything, If it's time to start a project, she goes with sometimes without thinking it all the way through. But you know what? I appreciate that as a Capricorn who sometimes thinks way too much and never does it because I get too caught up in the ideals and details. Well, sometimes a Taurus will just, they're not waste of time thinking about it so much. They just go and they get a lot done. But sometimes when you're hasty, you end up having to go back and fix your mistakes. So what? I see that you might have made a mistake, but you can't go back and fix it this time, and maybe that's why it's difficult for you to move forward, but it doesn't have to be such a severe and painful ending, but something does need to be done with, okay? You can avoid a lot of suffering here, Spirit is saying, if you just let it end naturally and you kind of accept yourself, accept the truth, accept that this doesn't mean something about you like morally. It's like let it rest, let it be. Again, I'm hearing let sleeping dogs lie, which I think was in another reading. It's a saying, let sleeping dogs lie, don't wake up the dogs. when they're all asleep, because they all start barking, and it turns into a whole shenanigan. So why wake them unless there's an emergency? Unless there's, cow in the cornfield. I think the only cow in your cornfield is you, Taurus, and that could be okay, because it's your field, dude. What else? If you have been sneaking around behind someone's back, like as far as like cheating goes, the person that you're cheating on doesn't know. Okay? We'll just say that. Sorry, cross watchers. Now, I'm not saying that that's what this is. I feel like it's more of like you might have done something illegal in the past and you don't want it on your record. And it's stressing you out. But if you can accept that it doesn't mean anything against you, and the judgment will come through, it's actually going to be more fair than you think. Or you might have gone away with it. Spirit's saying that you already have cleared karma about this, so you don't need to suffer over it again and again and again. Like I said, sometimes the action you took was someone else's come around. Okay? Karma was served. So all this unrest you're feeling, it could be that just to let it die is all you need to do. You don't have to give it a proper burial. It's truth. I know it sounds like I'm giving you permission to be a sneaky fucker, but excuse me. But that's not what I'm saying. Sometimes we do things that are really just for us. I don't know. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups reversed. So we are talking about someone again. Now it's a king reversed. Someone who is unemotionally involved or too emotional. Let's see. Yeah, it could have been that there was a karmic relationship that really wasn't for you. And it's still kind of haunting you. Like, it's bothering you that you let somebody like that into your life. It's bothering you that it caused you to be dishonest. It's bothering you that they are like soiled your record. But you know what? So what? Okay. It was devil energy. So you could be looking to remove devil energy from your life, Taurus. And the thing is that you might have a misconstrued idea of what that is. Okay? Some of this devil energy was actually God putting you through a karmic return to heal someone else's karma. Okay? Also, people change. People change. So someone you wrote off before could actually not be as much of a piece of pile as you thought they were. Or someone has healed that part of themselves. Maybe because you're healing the devil energy in your life, everyone else around you begins to heal as well. Some people think that you are too rigid. Some people think that you have gotten way out of hand with your ego. Some people might even be accusing you of being false, fake, or controlling. There might be some haters. So what? Spirit sees the truth in you. You could have been a little too forceful, a little too my way or the highway, for sure, with somebody. You could have cut them off, and they feel like that's not fair. And it could be that they just think that you're so egotistical that you couldn't see that they actually were changing. Okay? But to you, it's like, no, I'm not able to spend a lot of time in this, and it's better for me to just leave it, because I'm trying to manifest my new life. Spirit says, yeah, there's an old argument that keeps being had. It could be with family members, it could be with ideals, it could be with society, but it's with other ideas coming in at you, and it's keeping you in this holding pattern. It's like you want to avoid that pain, but you kind of have to accept your thought processes could be wrong. Taurus, you might be wrong. I know you hate hearing that, but I'm a Capricorn. I would tell you that all day, right? Now, both of us getting into argument will never end. It will never end because we're both right every time. So it goes on forever. Now, this is an old argument going on. I feel family here. So it's releasing these ideas, these thoughts that were put onto you. You're this way, not that way. You know, you're the baby of the family. You're the crazy one. You're the responsible one. Blah, blah. Taurus, you don't need to identify with the old identities anymore. I see you healing devil energy out of your life. Coming clean. Doesn't have to be coming clean with all the truth. Just coming clean with your emotions. Yeah. Releasing and forgiving yourself so that you can move forward into this amazing king energy. You know, let the haters hate. You might have been a little too harsh. So if you want to back it up and bring in an apology for being too harsh, even though you were right, no, that's always a good thing to do. You know, you want to heal this stuff. You want to move forward. You don't want to live in lies. You don't want to be unrested. You know, a lot of times when you're alone, that's when the guilt and the shame come up, right? That's bothering you, but it's not bothering you anymore. I feel like it's time to change. The release of some old karmic energy here with the 10 of Swords reversed. No more psychic attacks. No more arguing with people who are draining your energy. No more energy vampires. You are not interested in discussing or debating whether or not you are justified in your presence and who you are and your strength and your power and the fact that you are healing devil energy out of your life. You don't need to argue with it. You don't need to debate it. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to defend it. Drop the vampires like they're just flies in the wind. You know what I'm saying? Like take your horse tail and just whoosh, whoosh. Okay? Because here's the thing. You know, for example, I'm a Capricorn, so that means I am the devil, right? This is my card. Okay? I have been the devil in people's lives. I've been a bad influence in some people's lives when I was being more reckless and crazy, you know? And I've had times in my life where I had it really together, and there's times in my life when I didn't, you know? Like right now, I feel good, but, you know, a few years ago, didn't feel that great. So we all go through phases, and, you know, you could have an amazing, like, 10 years on cloud 9, and then it all crashes down, and you have a horrible 10 years. And then another amazing 10 years. Like, life is a long haul, and you can get to a point where you think you got all the stuff you want and need, and then somebody dies or something happens. I'm sorry to say, you know, I'm not trying to scare you, but we all play the devil in each other's lives sometimes. And it's really whether or not the person that you're interacting with is good for you at that moment. They could come back around and be the angel in your life. You don't know that. So it's not so much about passing judgment or being harsh. It's more about just removing energies and not accepting them into your reality. And those people will be repelled naturally. And if they're not, then they're being a stalker. I don't know. But yeah, you know, I think maybe there could be some kind of healing of a relationship here, either with yourself or with someone else. Let's see what else comes up. Okay. Taurus. The reason I'm taking from the top is I've already shuffled and cut these. Let's see what this Page of Cups is all about. Queen of Earth. Queen of Air. Whoa, okay. 5 of Air. So an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation and review the motives. Here's this. Interesting. Here's this, I say. Here's this. Here is this. Okay. Here's what I see. With the Page of Cups, I'm going to talk to somebody right now who is in a conundrum with more than one lover. There is an air sign and an earth sign. It could be you or them or two different people that you're involved with. You're standing in between them. One person is super witty, super intelligent, super objective, able to make quick decisions, but also emotionally inept, as compared to the person who is warm, nurturing, creative, sensuous, sexy. They're both sexy, just in different ways. You know, we got the cold, kind of standoffish sexy, and then the warm, like, come here and let me take care of you sexy. There's two different types of energies here. Someone who's an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, they have priorities in family and home now. So it could be that you have moved from air to earth energy, or you are also an air sign that is embodying earth energies. But it could be that you're dealing with two people, okay? And you're trying to decide or say something to someone, okay? And it hasn't really come to fruition yet. Somebody thinks that you are over-controlling or rude, and someone else thinks that you are very real, and they appreciate that about you, okay? Somebody wants to take care of you, and somebody else wants to make you laugh. Or you feel that way about someone. Okay? But there was some behavior that kind of messed it up. And it turned into an argument of some kind, but it's connected to an older argument that you might even not consciously be aware of. Okay? It could be a mother and a sister. It could be a best friend and a parent. It could be siblings. It could be two lovers. Okay? But they're both queens. So these are like important people. Powerful people. What else do I see? The lovers. So this, I'm talking about a union here. There is a divine union here. Someone you might be in love with, or there is a divine partnership here, a karmic relationship that is being drawn in. Okay? But who? It seems like you have more than one option, or you're trying to integrate yourself so you can truly be with your person. Because one side of you is super analytical, one side of you is super emotionally and sensationally charged. One part of you is super analytical and like logical, and the other person is just wanting to care more. So these different parts of you, or they're different people. But it's definitely the Lover's card. Come on. So what are you going to choose? I'm super curious. Can I see more into this Queen of Air spirit? Who is this? Okay. King of Cups reversed. And the 5 of Swords reversed for the Queen. Okay. If I was going to just go off of these two cards, I drew the King of Cups reversed for the Queen of Air, and I chose the 5 of Swords reversed, which we have right here, right behind the Lovers. 5 of Swords again. 5 of Swords again. 5 of Wands reversed, 5 of Swords reversed. So, okay. If we had the Queen, the 2 queens that we're choosing between, if I was going to go off of these clarified chart cards, I would say the Air Queen is the logical, air, kind of independent, realistic, witty kind of person that might be kind of cold sometimes. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or just that kind of energy. Well, that person is unemotional or emotionally hindered, emotionally out of control, or emotionally shut off. They are not able to be in love right now. And they also could be drinking too much. They could be avoiding their feelings or trying to manipulate you. Whereas the Queen of Earth, the Earth sign, or this person, and maybe one of these people haven't come into your life yet, I don't know. There's some kind of dishonesty, like there's some kind of hidden stuff. It might not be dishonest, it just might be like leading to lives. But this Queen of Earth, you get the 5 of Swords reversed, which means no more arguing, no more fighting, no more bad decisions, coming around to really knowing what's worth fighting for and what's not, and giving up the debate, giving up the fear, and walking away from it, from stuff that's not even yours to fight about. So this could be, you know, getting together with this earth sign person, or this part of you could be the ending of a lot of fighting and actually a new beginning for a better situation. The next thing would be the 6 of Swords, which is moving away. So, yeah, reconciling with the earth part and recognizing with the air, that the Air Queen, that they're not emotionally able to be present for whatever reason. Whereas the earth energy is, well, they're ready to put down the sword and stop fighting. Okay? And maybe that's how you feel about them. So, I am going to do a little bit more. If you're interested, we'll get into some advice cards from Gabriel, and then we'll do some love tarot deck, romance tarot deck. So just give me 1 second. So we're moving right along into some advice cards from Gabriel and some romance deck, because this is getting into relationship stuff. So if it's not a relationship, I'll just say that it's a decision to let yourself feel again, because the analytical part of you has gotten out of balance, and doing what is logistically right, or what makes the most sense for your goals to obtain what it is you think you want, could actually hinder you. Okay? So there's that. Spirit is seeing your truth, wants you to see it too. Sometimes we drag things out until like the bitter end. We don't have to. If you are dealing with a lover situation, because we did get the Lover's card, you might have had some kind of double life for a little bit between an earth and an air sign, or just 2 queens, regardless of their gender. You're feeling unsettled about it. Someone is not emotionally capable or present. Maybe they're way harsh. Maybe they say things that just don't make sense. I know when an air sign gets out of whack, they can say the most whack stuff, where it's like, what are you saying? Including me, I'm also an air sign, air rising. So when we get angry, sometimes we are just say the most harsh things, disconnected from the amount of pain it's going to cause. There's also a queen, an earth queen, that has so much to give, so much abundance just by being present. Like, even if they don't have a lot of money, like, they're attracting money. It's coming. And they are not in a state of defensiveness. They want to let go of the fight. They want to forgive. So, Taurus, what should we go with first? Vulnerability. Listen to your vulnerable feelings as they contain wisdom and inspiration, and then pray for strength to focus on priorities no matter what. So it might be time for you to be vulnerable too, Taurus. Might be time for you to accept that you aren't right about something, or just pretend like you're not right, okay? I know that deep down you're always right. Maybe this earth sign is frustrated with you because they see you as very, just too strict. But they don't want to fight with you. They really actually respect you a lot. I could see that. Or you're not strict enough. Maybe they feel like you don't have enough self-discipline. Or you're afraid they're going to perceive you that way if they knew the truth. Being vulnerable lets you put the guard down and drop all these swords you've been holding. It definitely takes vulnerability to let this energy go. You can't manage everything all the time. It'll make you a little bit of a sniveling little baby or manipulative liar if you try to hold on to the Seven of Swords for too long. Yes, we all have moments like this where we can't come clean with everything all at once because we have to balance something out. It's uncomfortable, but you can't stay there. And in that sense, the truth always has to be revealed because you don't want to live a lie. Nobody does. And if you do, I'll tell you what, you're exhausted. Exhausted. What else? Keep going. Use the energy from disappointments to fuel. Fool. Don't fool yourself into thinking that you need other people's energy. Yours is completely enough. So being vulnerable, puts you in a state of, what are we afraid of really when you're vulnerable? You're afraid of being rejected. You're afraid of putting it out there and being abandoned, or people not hearing you, understanding you. Abandonment, Taurus. And I think that people see you as someone who's super strong and you don't need anybody and you're super independent. But the truth is, you're probably afraid of being abandoned deep down. You know, we all are. You know, we're all children of God. And if you ever went through stuff as a child, then that stuff's still there, no matter how strong you are. Being vulnerable will give you fuel. You will feel energized once you let the guard down and admit to your wrongness or your mistakes. It doesn't have to be to anyone in particular. It could be a counselor. I don't know. Could be to this queen. But I feel like to the air queen, they wouldn't receive it right anyway. So there's definitely someone in your life that won't receive it right, and someone else in your life that will. You decide. One more card. Blocks are lifted. Previous obstacles from fear are lifted. They're going away. So once you become vulnerable, more vulnerable within yourself to your own feelings, you proceed into a new era where the block that you felt coming from this just a little, it's like annoying. It's not like life changing or like life altering emotional stuff. It's just annoying. That's going to go away. Okay? So let's see what romance we have for you, Taurus. I'm very curious. You might be choosing between two lovers, two queens, or you're trying to call in your queen or king. Could be that you're in a relationship, but you're considering your feelings for someone else, or you're not sure if they have someone else, or could be that you're in a relationship, but you feel emotionally blocked from your partner for some reason. Something not being told all the way. Okay. And those who've been married for a long time, you know you can't tell your husband or wife every single thing. Come on. It's not realistic. Not realistic at all. So, let's see what we got. What we got. Taurus. What we got. Something wants to come out. Ooh, the Magician. Alright, well, whatever it is, you can have what you want. You can have what you want. You can manifest what you want. This is super powerful. This is pulling a rabbit out of the hat. Even though all of your resources might look like alone not enough, with the magic, with your abilities, with your charisma, with your power, with your gung-ho-ness, you can get it. You can get what you want. You can get this king energy. This could be a time when your relationship is really going through a metamorphosis for the better. If you are in a long-term relationship, it's changing for the better. Might feel uncomfortable. You don't have to... Okay, Spirit and your loved ones want you to be honest. But you don't have to go to confessional and tell them every little thing that you've done wrong. But I feel like there is something kind of mistake that's weighing on your mind. So it would probably help you to communicate that with your partner, your person. Okay? Now, if you're not in a relationship, this is you calling in one, a real one. What else? Ooh, a real one. Did I say a real one? I meant a real one. The Hierophant, the Pope, the one who marries you, the traditional style wedding, the white dress, the tux, the everything. This is someone deciding that regular everyday life ain't so bad. As long as they're unified within themselves and loving their partner. That the daily tasks are just an act of love. Yeah. Let's bring it back. I need to look at this. Thank you. So, we got one person who is looking to make a change and manifest something totally out of the ordinary. Might even seem like from out of the blue. And someone else who's been really focusing on purity, coming to a better moral state in life, more ethics. Definitely not Seven of Swords energy at all. Still a little bit strict, but willing to compromise, balance things out, and find peace. So, for this magic to work, my darling Taurus, you must work. 7 of Coins is choosing to continue to work on this or not. If you want to manifest a right love in your life, or you are choosing to manifest the right life for you through your work, is what I see, Taurus. It will bring forth a love that you have never even seen before. And it is you working on your finances. It is you working on not letting anybody else's emotional baggage bring you down. This person that's for you, you may or may not know yet, but they are really, really becoming very strong. Very strong, very empowered, could have Leo in their chart. Very capable of emotional stability, very able to withstand the test of time. Strength and Hierophant energy together is a very powerful energy. It is a withstanding energy, a strength of endurance that lasts. It's not just a burst or flash in the pan. It's real strong flame, like the torch that never goes out kind of energy. They're really honed in on what makes them strong, and you're really honed in on doing your work. And that's bringing you both to a major arcana, which is really exciting. Yeah. And with the 1 and the 5, it makes 15, which was a double card. That's over now. Another 15, 7 and 8. Definitely outgrowing the double energy. With perseverance, hard work, and a strength. Strength of mind, strength of spirit. Both of you are doing this. Whether you're with your partner or not, or there's someone coming back into your life, an earth sign possibly, or a Leo. They've been doing the work, and so have you. And again with the 4 of Swords. So this is going to just take its sweet time. You're not in a rush, which is great. But you're definitely willing to share and be with someone slowly. You're not rushing into it. It could be that you go on a double date. It could be that you're in a group when you meet this person. Or even that maybe it could be that there's someone who has another partner that's like in a committed relationship, but you want them. Could be that. But I see that you're letting the time now, when you tap into this, doing your work and making the magician work for you, you are able to let the healing happen from past karmic heartbreak, no longer arguing with people who are emotionally inept. Your person has gone through a death recently. So as you rest and heal, they are still grieving. That's where they're getting the strength from, and that's how they know what they want. They went through a death. They tapped into their strength. This is 3 major arcanas in a row. This person is in a very powerful part of their life. They have transformed from death into a deity of sorts, into a master of spirit and emotional energy, and are willing and capable, highly capable of being a long-term partner with all the bells and whistles and passion. It's the perfect passion and excuse me, passion and conformity, beautifully mixed. And it's like they have a passion for wanting something pure and committed and real and building something to build on. And it's because they've been through a death and they have transformed. Just like you went through a heartbreak and you're transformed as well. I think maybe you're tired of waiting, but you're still working so hard. Could be that you're deciding to change jobs as well, but you won't stop working. You might be done with the occupation that you were doing because it wore you out, and now you're using magician energy to manifest a new job opportunity. I wish you well on that. Let's do one more. 7 of Wands. So this is something worth fighting for. There she is. Taurus, this is something worth fighting for. This is something that you can really count on being worth fighting for. When you find this person, if they're not already with you, I have this feeling there's someone that's coming into your life again. Once these blocks are lifted. But I want you to see the 7 of Swords wand comes out, which is fighting for what you believe in and defending your truth, and also using your resources to get what you want. Okay? Here she comes. There's the Queen of Pentacles again. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Could be another earth sign. Could be you. Could be that there is a divine union here between 2 royal people, king and queen, who are all about their monies, all about building, all about career, all about family, nurturing children, building the homestead, building the legacy. These 2 are on point with this. They want it all. They want a lavish life, and they want to do it the right way. They're totally willing to do the work. They're super giving. They're super generous, but also able to save. They're doing it because it feels right. It feels good to them to be comfortable in their life. They don't need constant conflict. They don't need arguments. They don't need it. Some people need to argue. Like this Queen of Air, she needs it. She needs an argument to stay stimulated. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't need that. She will argue all day long, and she'll probably win, unless she's arguing with her king, and then it goes on forever, like I said. But they really are cool with chilling. They're cool with just chilling. Maybe after everything you've both been through, you guys are ready for this. And you've got the Lover's card right here. This is Archangel Gabriel, Raphael, blessing your union, bringing you together. Vulnerability. Vulnerability is definitely a part of being in love. Archangel Raphael, definitely a part of being in love. And you can't be truly in love without being vulnerable. And so maybe for you, Taurus, people won't see that side of you except for this one person in your life. Maybe 1 or 2, but it's probably another earth sign that supports you and makes you feel like you can say anything. And you can be the strong and overbearing person around them. They don't care. They care, but they can handle it. They don't want to fight. They want commitment, and they are strong enough to withstand anything. You're capable of creating the life you want, and together, you guys are such a power couple. Taurus, if you have someone on your mind that I'm talking about, this is a beautiful divine relationship. Don't take it for granted. If they come back around into your life, and especially if it is a Capricorn, I'm just going to say this, I am a Capricorn. But if it is, if someone comes back into your life and they say, you know what, I had to heal the double energy out of my life, please forgive me, I would let them back in if you believe them, because they could be the one. Or if you're coming to them and saying, hey, I had to heal the double energy out of my life, I'm sorry I ghosted you, right? they're going to accept it because they love you. They've been waiting. So, Taurus, it could be that you have lost a relationship with someone who was a water or an air sign, who was avoiding a very painful end to a very painful age-old conversation. But the end had to happen anyway, and yeah, maybe you avoided some pain by getting away from this person. But you can't prolong the pain, you can't avoid the pain, you can't keep the pain from happening. If this person is so emotionally inept, they won't be able to be who it is that you want them to be anyways. And the last thing you need is an air sign all up in your life, causing all sorts of storms and havoc, and not ever coming to a place of accountability and recognition for their actions. They'll just avoid it like the plague. Zip, zip, zip around it and tell you it's your fault. So if you have that kind of energy, and I say this, normally they're not this way, but right now they are, because they're an emotional mess. If they're drinking too much, partying too much, you know what I'm talking about. It also could be that they just need to heal. They need time, just like you did. So if you're choosing between two lovers, I think you know who the one is that's best for you, despite the old patterns and karmic relationships, and despite the fact that they might be looking at you saying, are you really going to budge? Are you really going to, like, there's somebody looking at you saying, are you really going to change, like, your attitude towards me? Are you just too stubborn? I know I said the word stubborn, Taurus. Such a stereotype for you. I think Capricorns are more stubborn than Tauruses, honestly. I think you guys are just more headstrong. I wouldn't say stubborn. Stubborn is not budging. You'll budge. You budge the heck out of things. You make everyone else budge. It's not as stubborn as a Capricorn will just like be like a mule and just hang back. Be like, nope. And you whip them and they're just like, oh, nope, I like being whipped. I'm not moving. Right? That's not you. But sometimes you are stubborn in the sense that you're super headstrong and you don't listen. Sometimes you don't listen. So if there is someone who you're interested in that could be the one for you, your divine partnership could be earth energy in their chart, very nurturing person, very good parent, very responsible and loving, and someone who is all about making that coin, wants to build a castle with you, period. No doubt. They need to know that you're going to be soft with them. They don't mind if you're harsh with everyone else or closed off or you keeping things from everyone else, as long as you're soft, gentle, loving, kind, and forthcoming with them. Okay? So don't take that for granted. Forgive people who are moving out of double energy just like you are. I'm proud of you for doing that, Taurus, and I'm going to say goodbye now. I wish you nothing but real love, real peace, and joy. Happy July. We'll talk soon. Eclipse Dawn signing out. Ciao. Where is my mouse? Ciao.